in the sun-drenched lands of ancient Egypt, where the Nile River sparkled like a ribbon of jewels, lived a young prince named Tut. But this wasn't just any prince. Prince Tut wasn't content with just lounging on silk cushions and eating dates. Oh no, he had a heart that beat for adventure and a spirit as restless as the desert winds. One morning, while exploring the dusty, forgotten scrolls in the royal library, a glint of gold caught his eye. Tucked away behind a towering pile of papyrus was a small, ornate chest. His heart thumped with excitement. With trembling hands, he lifted the lid. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded linen, was a single, shimmering scarab amulet, its wings inlaid with lapis lazuli. As his fingers brushed against its cool surface, the amulet pulsed with a soft, warm light, and a whisper seemed to echo in his mind, "The Sunstone of Ra awaits." Beyond the whispering oasis, the Sunstone of Ra. It was a legend, a myth whispered by priests and scribes, a gem said to hold the warmth of the sun itself, capable of making the desert bloom. Tut knew what he had to do. This was his calling, his next great quest. Slipping the amulet around his neck, he grabbed his trusty water skin, a handful of dried figs, and snuck out of the palace before the first rooster crowed. His only companion was Bastet, his sleek black cat, who always seemed to know when an adventure was afoot. Their journey took them across vast, shifting dunes that looked like golden waves frozen in time. The sun beat down relentlessly, but the amulet on Tut's chest provided a strange, comforting coolness. They followed the guidance of the stars, just as the old sailors did, and the faint whispers from the amulet, which seemed to grow stronger the closer they got. Bastet, with her keen senses, would often dart ahead, her tail held high, as if she were leading the way. After 3 days and 3 nights, they finally saw it. Not a mirage, but a true oasis, surrounded by palms that swayed gently in the breeze. This had to be the Whispering Oasis. As they approached, the air grew still, and the only sound was a soft, rustling murmur coming from the reeds by the water's edge. The whispers weren't from the wind, but from the plants themselves. They seemed to be telling a story, a riddle, where the sun first kisses the water, and the moon's reflection sleeps, a secret lies buried. For the worthy one who seeks, they whispered. Tut looked at the oasis. The sun was beginning to set, casting a golden path across the water's surface. He noticed a single, flat rock right where the light first touched the shore. Then he looked up. The crescent moon was just starting to appear, and its reflection danced near the opposite bank. The riddle was a map. He and Bastet rushed to the first rock. Using his hands, Tut began to dig in the soft, cool sand. It wasn't long before his fingers hit something hard. He pulled out a small, stone box. It was locked, but there was a scarab-shaped indentation on the lid. With a knowing smile, Tut pressed his amulet into the slot. With a soft click, the box opened. There it was, the Sunstone of Ra. It wasn't a large gem, but it glowed with an internal fire so bright and warm, it felt like holding a tiny piece of the sun. The light pulsed in rhythm with his heartbeat, and as he held it up, the whispering reeds seemed to sigh in contentment. A wave of warmth spread from the stone, and tiny green sprouts began to push their way through the sand around the oasis. The legend was true. Carrying the sunstone carefully, Prince Tut and Bastet began their journey home. He wasn't just a prince who ran away for fun. He was a hero returning with a gift that could bring new life to his kingdom. He knew there would be more adventures, more mysteries to solve, and more legends to uncover. After all, for a prince with a heart full of courage, The world was full of endless possibilities. Thank you so much for joining Prince Tut on his incredible adventure today. If you enjoyed this story and want to see where his next quest takes him, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got so many more tales to tell. See you next time.